we've got something lined up for you that might just interest you that's happening in October. Bjorn?
Yeah, we are joined by Seb, who runs the Xtreme Character Challenge for NZ on Zoom. He's already said hello. And good morning, Seb. Good morning to you again.
Oh, mate, I'm ready. I'm ready to go. Let's do this.
Good morning, Seb.
Morning.
Hey, great to have you on. So, look, I'm just on your website now, the Xtreme Character Challenge. This is going to be the second year you've run this in New Zealand. Literally on the front page, there's a quote from the Apostle Paul that says, "Suffering produces endurance, endurance produces character, and character hope." Tell us about the Xtreme Character Challenge. What is it, and what are people in for if they sign up to do it?
Well, the Xtreme Character Challenge, as you said, we've done one in New Zealand already, but it's been started all around the world. It's in 20 different countries, and over 10,000 men have already done it. But what we do is we take from 60 to 100 men off into the wilderness for 4 days. We tell them absolutely nothing about what's going to happen, other than it's going to challenge them. It's going to challenge them. It's going to rattle them in ways other than just physical. So it is difficult. A lot of men say it's one of the hardest things they've ever done, but other men say it's a breeze. You carry everything on your pack. You've got your sleeping bag, your tent, your roll mat, your food, everything that you need to survive is on your back. But as we journey through the mountains, we test and rattle men in different ways, spiritually, mentally, how they're operating as men, how they're operating as a father, a husband, an employee, a colleague, a Christian, an atheist, Buddhist, whatever you are, you come and you actually get things rattled and tested. So it's 4 days. We don't tell men where it is, other than it's in the Canterbury High Country. But on the week of the event, you'll be told where you've actually got to go. But you'll join up to 100 men in the wilderness.
Okay, now why does that sound like a breeze? That Bear Grylls, was he the one who said it sounded like a breeze? What type of individual, Seb, are you looking to sign up here? Or what type of individual, if they saw this, what does it mean to them?
It's a great question, because a lot of guys think, that's for the trampers, that's for the hunters, that's for the guys that really want an adventure like that. But actually, we've designed it in a way that it's supposed to be for every kind of man. It's not supposed to be for just the guys that are experienced in the outdoors and know what they're doing. It's actually, if you've never stepped foot in the outdoors at all, this is for you. If you're a desk jockey, if you're some old geezer, it doesn't matter. It's difficult, but not just because it's physical. It's not about that. It's actually about meeting men of all types. And that's what makes it special, because if you just rub shoulders with people that are the same as you, you get the same stuff. But if you come together with blokes that are from every walk of life, every background, every experience, then you get a much more powerful experience. So that's what it's designed for. I mean, you have to have good knees. If you've got busted knees, don't come.
Okay, so because you do got to walk, and actually, luckily we found this out, because last year, Salah, when this show was starting, when we were kicking off, I was going to surprise you by taking you on
that was you
on the very first Xtreme Character Challenge that was held in New Zealand. This was last year, but unfortunately, the Auckland lockdown that went on for what seemed like an eternity prevented that from happening.
Amen.
So you got a get out of jail free card. Some of the quotes from people that have done it. This guy says, "I've not seen my reflection in 3 days, but I've never seen myself so clearly."
Oh, that's awesome.
Right? Like, it's called the Xtreme Character Challenge, not the Xtreme Endurance Challenge. It's not so much just a physical challenge. This is a whole holistic approach to manhood, right? It's only for guys. And it's more about the challenge that encompasses everything about being a man.
That's right. Every man has a different experience and different story. Some men just want to come and tramp through the mountains and look back at the peaks that they've conquered and go, that was wicked. Others are coming with bigger questions. Maybe things are falling apart, like everything's in the pits and life's torn over, and they've got questions of themselves. How did this happen? How did this get to this place? Or questions of God, like, who are you? Where the heck are you? What are you doing? And they've got those questions, and they come and they're ready to find some answers. And many of them do. Some of them don't. It's not a magic wand, but it is a stage where that sort of question can be asked and answered. But other men come and they don't have questions. They just come because they thought it sounded interesting and they wondered if they could do something like this. And they come, and then actually they realize well, God actually brings up some questions they didn't even know they had. We often like it to a warrant of fitness. You know, you take your car into the shop, you think it's all running smoothly, and then the piece of paper comes back and it tells you, well, there's actually this, that, and that. And you just didn't know. You needed a shake-up, you needed a rattle to reveal those things. So men come away with heaps of different stuff.
So you did this last year. How many people went on it last year?
We had about 65 men.
Awesome.
That's good.
And what kind of, what did you see at the end of it? Again, I know you can't talk about what happens, you know, we don't talk about Fight Club type thing, but what did you see from, you know, seeing the stories? I mean, you get to run this thing and talk with the people involved.
As I say, like, some men didn't even know what they were coming for. They didn't know what they wanted to get out of it. But I mean, the most powerful thing is the way that you meet with God in a way that some men haven't met with God for, you know, the last 20 years in church or in their whatever they're doing, but they meet with him in a way that they can't really explain, and actually takes a bit of time processing. So as they go home, they get deeper connected into their men's groups or their churches, and they find out like what was actually happening there. Other men go home resolved and ready to treat their wives differently, their kids differently. You know, I was just reading one feedback form just now, and it was like, this guy realized, like, yes, my kids are really difficult. They demand a lot of my time, but actually this is the role that I'm in and this is what I'm here for. So I'm not going to shirk that anymore. So it's those stories of change. Like, one guy didn't experience anything on the XCC, and he sort of wrote in his form like, oh, I didn't really know what this was about. I didn't really know what I got. But then he emailed me later because he was like, man, as I was sitting in my car, I had this massive revelation of stuff that happened to me when I was younger and stuff that I need to start dealing with. Otherwise, things might go pear-shaped.
Wow.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
You've done a great job at describing what it's all about. Maybe not for me. I know it's for a lot of other. I know it's for a lot of other individuals. Just one quick question before I fly and let you go. So, do you provide the microwave, or do we have to bring that? Do we bring that?
You want a microwave? You got to bring a microwave.
Okay, sweet.
Yeah, good. Sweet. And a very long extension cord. Okay,
that's right.
So, Seb, dates, it's happening in October, so the 21st to the 24th. You can Google it, the Xtreme Character Challenge, if you want to find out more. And where's the best place to get the info, Seb, if people are sort of listening in thinking, oh, this could be something a little bit up my alley, or maybe I've got some friends I want to go with, or people in my church, we could do it together?
The best thing is to come with some buddies, up to 10 guys in a group, because then you go home and you actually carry on that journey rather than burying your head in the sand once you get back. Awesome. But you can go onto social media, so XCC NZ, or the website, which is 4MNZ, or more rememberably, XCC. Not XXC, XCX, XCC, Extreme Character Challenge.
I've tested it. If you just Google Extreme Character Challenge NZ, it brings up all the stuff. So
awesome.
You can do it there. Google is great. Hey, thanks so much, Seb. Looking forward to it, and hope lots of people sign up and have some transformation in their lives.